Hi guys, and welcome back to yet another pet quest video on Hogwarts Mystery. We are doing Needlefingers Company, continuing on the last video. I'm sorry that the first part is split up, but the rest of the parts of this specific pet quest will be in this video, so you won't be watching any more videos when it's about the bow truckle. But I do have a video of the beginning of this quest. A few months ago I did it, I think. But yeah, as I said, all the rest of the parts are gonna be in this video. So we're gonna introduce the bow truckles to each other. See how they do with each other. Hey Penny. Sorry we're late for the bow truckle playdate, Kimberly. We were so excited to introduce Bow Truckle to a new friend, and we can't wait to meet Needlefingers. We? Oh, Marula, you are here? So yeah, I haven't named my pets, my Bow Truckle, sorry. Slow down, Haywood. Blimey, even the way you walk is annoying. You brought Marula. Of course, you said Needlefingers was a bit antisocial, so I thought perhaps Marula could offer some insight. She took some convincing, however. What are you talking about, Haywood? Once you said Needlefingers could pick locks, and you had to meet a little fiend. Don't get any big ideas, Marula. We're here to introduce bow truckers to Needlefingers, and that's it. Hopefully meeting another bow truckle will help Needlefingers open up a bit. Fine, whatever. Now let's see the infamous Needlefingers. Unfortunately, it's still hiding in its box. It won't come out. Huh? Even here, surrounded by all these beautiful trees, it prefers to hide in a box. How odd. That's sort of its thing. But perhaps if Bow Truckle approaches Needlefingers, we get curious. It's a brilliant idea. Needlefingers, we surely want to say hello to a new friend. Go on, Bow Truckle, go say hello and let's see what happens. Oh, he's speaking out. Look, Needlefingers' box is opening. It worked, he's coming out. Oh. Oh, I'm sure they are going to be the best of friends. I don't think so. Perhaps we have done it. That wasn't too hard. Oh my. Oh wow, that didn't work at all. Oh, I like these Needlefingers. Mommy, he was not nice to me. It's alright, Bow Truckle, you're safe now. It seems Needlefinger doesn't have any interest in socializing, but it clearly loves that box. Perhaps it's protecting it? Perhaps it doesn't like the look of Bow Truckle. The truth is, we don't know enough about Needlefingers to understand why it's acting this way. If we're going to help it, we may need to learn what makes a Bow Truckle tick. If learning's what we need to do, I know just the place. It's time to hit the library and study up on bow truckles. Exactly, the better we understand them, the easier it will be to get through to Needlefingers. Perhaps I can keep an eye out on our little friend while you two are busy reading. I don't think so, Marula. Hagrid put me in charge of Needlefingers. I'm the only one who should keep an eye on it for now. Suit yourself. But if you're taking the little scoundrel to the library with you, I better help you keep an eye on it. Don't want Needlefingers getting into any trouble. Madam Pince would banish you both. I'm sure Needlefingers will keep his needles to himself. At least I hope it will. If its past behavior has taught us anything, Needlefingers will likely just stay in its box. So let's head to the library to study bow truckles. Perhaps then we can get through to Needlefingers. Perhaps it's time for a snack. Oh, I've been simply drowning in studies lately. No time for fun of any kind. I cannot handle any surprises today. I'm right on edge. There you two are. I've gone ahead and pulled every book I could with information on bow truckles. Thanks, Penny. Hopefully we can learn something that will help us get through to Needlefingers. The longer it spends away from other bow truckles, the harder it will be to introduce it to Hagrid's colony. Speaking of Needlefingers, perhaps I better check on it and see how it's doing. Needlefinger hasn't left its box since the disastrous playdate with Bowtruckle. Then perhaps if I held it, I could coax the little creature out. Nice try, Marula. I will hold on to Needlefingers for now. Needlefinger's attachment to that box could be an important clue as to what makes it tick. You're right, Penny, but we have a lot of research to do before we can say anything definitive. The more we know about Bowtruckles, the better we will be able to understand Needlefingers. So let's get reading. After that we can discuss a strategy for dealing with our pointy-fingered friend. According to this, Bowtruckles prefer to live in the finest wand quality trees. They are violently protective of them. They also love to eat wood lice. Yeah. I bet you have never even tried a wood louse, Marula. If Bowtruckles are so protective of the trees they live in, perhaps that explains Needlefinger's behavior. Hagrid did say that the box is made of wand quality redwood. If Needlefingers was raised by thieves, that box could be the only wand quality wood it's ever lived in. Oh, how sad. It's fighting to protect the only real home it's ever known. Well, that's some theory you two have got there. But it doesn't explain this. Yeah, he's gone. Needlefingers has run off and abandoned his box. Did you see where it went? No, your guess is as good as mine. You two were yammering on. I stole a glance at the box and the Needlefingers was gone. Couldn't have gotten far. You're right, perhaps we can find it before there's trouble. Ah! You mean like that kind of trouble? Oh god, I just found this nosy little bug trying to pick the locks on my desk. That's grounds for expulsion. Miss Ironclaw, did you bring this creature into the library? Yes, but I can explain. Hagrid put me in charge of it. I only brought it into the library because I thought it would stay in its box. I never meant for it to break into your desk. That's exactly the behavior we are here to correct. I can vouch for Needlefingers. It just got confused is all. I appreciate your honesty and I suppose I came for ego expulsion this time. But you and your twiggy friend must leave my library at once. Phew, that was close. We better hurry up and get Needlefingers out of the library before Pins comes back. But we haven't completed our research. We learned enough to make our next move. Needlefingers left its box to break into Madame Pin's desk. So it's clearly interested in more than home protection. I suppose years of being carefully trained by expert thieves would do a number on anyone. Exactly. First Hagrid's trunk, then Madame Pin's desk. It's clear Needlefingers was trained to hunt down locks and pick them, no matter what's inside. And if Needlefingers was trained to do all of that, perhaps we can train it too. Or we could leave Needlefingers just as it is, and embrace what makes it different. I'm not saying we need to change Needlefingers completely. I'm only saying that with a bit of guidance, perhaps we can train it to trust people a bit more. Then perhaps it can learn to behave around other Bowtruckles. That's how it will survive. It's clearly quite clever. I think you're right to try and train it. Thanks, Penny. We can get started right away. I know just the wizard to help us, Professor Ketterburn. Let's bring Needlefingers to the Care of Magical Creatures classroom and teach it a few new tricks. Professor Ketterburn? That's a new professor. Oh, okay. Have we been to this class before? I don't remember. Thanks for agreeing to meet with us, Professor Ketterburn. I will admit I was quite curious to hear more about your new friend. Needlefingers, was it? Yes, we're hoping you can help us train it to trust people and get along with the other Bowtruckles. Oh, I see. If it's clever enough, I'm sure we can train it to do all manner of things. To start, perhaps we can train it to come out of its box every once in a while. It's a bit shy, is it? Perhaps you could tell me a bit more about your friend. Then we will see about luring it out of its cozy resting place. Of course, Professor. Needlefingers is a Bowtruckle Hagrid found in Hogsmeade. We suspected it was raised by thieves. Ah yes, that's not unheard of, though you hate to see it. Needlefingers has an eye patch too, and an winning attitude if you ask me. Wonderful, I love a good bit of patchwork. Since Needlefingers grew up around people instead of other bowtruckle, it needs a bit of socializing. After that, we hope to introduce it to the colony on the reserve and finally give Needlefingers a home. You certainly got the right idea. A bowtruckle raised away from its colony won't survive long on its own. But you're in luck. I've just the thing to help us train your new friend here. What's that, Professor? Snacks. The right snack is the key to any creature's heart. But which snack will do? What is a bowtruckle's favorite food? Wood lice. We just read about that in the library. Glad you were paying attention, Ironclaw. Clearly Needlefingers likes wood lice. Yes, you are correct, Miss Ironclaw. No wonder Hagrid trusted you with such a recent rescue. And good job studying. I admire your commitment to learning about magical creatures in your charge. Now let's get a look at Mr. Fingers. Yeah, come out here. Show yourself. As you can see, he's a bit untrusting around people. Yeah, that's quite clear. Perhaps we have our work cut out for us. But I'm sure none of us are put off a bit of hard work. Now I will give you each a handful of wood lice and let's begin our training session. Needlefingers seems to be responding well to the training. We have never gotten this close before. It's certainly a quick study, a lot of uses for that. Yes, Needlefingers is progressing. And now it's time for the final test. Oh, Professor, be careful. This didn't go well when we tried it with bowtruckle. If Needlefingers hopes to survive in the bowtruckle colony, it needs to learn to be with other bowtruckles. Let's see how this goes. Then we will know how far Needlefingers has come. He's much darker. I guess he's not as healthy. It worked, Professor. Needlefingers is learning to trust people and get along with other bowtruckles. Like I told you. Snacks. Just a few more sessions, I'd say Needlefingers might be ready to enter the colony on the reserve. Thank you. Hagrid will be so pleased. In fact, I should go tell him now. I will just collect Needlefingers and hurry to tell Hagrid the good news. He's gone now again? Needlefingers ran off again. And so has Miss Nide, it seems. Oh no. Rula's quite interested in Needlefingers' lockpicking abilities. If she's run off with it, it will only spell trouble for Needlefingers. I better find them before anything bad happens. Hagrid trusted me to take care of Needlefingers. Oh, a letter? Oh, it's a letter from Hagrid. He can't already know Needlefingers is missing, can he? I'm not sure, but if he sent an owl, it must be quite important. You're right, the letter says exactly that. Hurry back to my hut, Chamberlain. I've got to talk to you about Needlefingers. It's important. Not sure what that could mean, but you better go and talk to Hagrid right away. You're right, Professor. I will go to Hagrid's hut now and talk to him, and after that I can track down Marilla and get Needlefingers back. Okay, it's time to see. What? Why is Mundungus here? Hi Hagrid, I came as quickly as I could. Oh yeah, because he's a thief. Your owl said you had something important to tell me about Needlefingers. Hello, little witch. Hey, you've got something of mine. Who are you? That's what I wanted to talk to you about, Timberly. I was looking into Needlefingers' past and I came across someone claiming to be its owner. Timberly, meet Mundungus Fletcher. That's right, that little lockpick belongs to me. And I'd like it back now, please. So tell me, where is me old pal? Marilla has Needlefingers. She ran off with it after a training session with Professor Kettlebun. I haven't seen him since. So quick to sell out your friends makes me wonder if there's some static between you two. Perhaps a long and complicated history. I've got a few friends like that. But wherever my bowtruckle is, what is he saying there? I hold you to responsible for whatever's happened to it. Hagrid's been running around the Hogsmeade asking everyone who will listen about the feisty bowtruckle he found. So I know he took the little creature from me. He gave it to you to look after and you lost it, you owe me. This is all my fault. I shouldn't say anything about Needlefingers. I only wanted to help the little creature. It's going to be alright, Hagrid. We will figure this out. That's right. It's all quite simple, really. All you have to do is give me the boat truckle back or find another boat truckle to replace it. And if you don't, I'll go straight to the ministry and report you both for thievery. Come on, you could be nice. I told you the truth. Come on, Mundungus. Thievery? You raised Needlefingers to pick locks for you. Oh, I don't know anything about that. Sure, the little creature and I like to play burglars sometime, but that's just a game. Whatever that boat trucker does on its own time is its business. If that's true, then you won't mind if it stays here with us. Like I said, I don't mind, provided you provide me with another boat truckle to show to some friends of mine. If you have really lost me, Lockpick, I will just pluck another boat trucker from the reserve and be on my way. Don't you go near them. Those boat truckers are perfectly happy where they are. Perhaps we can come to an agreement that suits everyone, including Needlefingers. If it's only money you're after, I could find you something of equal value and make a trade. Something that isn't living, breathing creature. Sounds like a trick, but I'm listening. Tell me what you got in mind. Perhaps we can figure out what's to be done about your boat truckle. Alright, you made your point. If you can find something of equal value on Hogwarts grounds, I would trade you for me lockpick. Brilliant. After all the progress Needlefingers made, I hate to see it go right back to a life of crime. It was only trying to make a living, just like anybody else. It's in a boat trucker's nature to look out for your number one. That's why we get along so well. Now go fetch whatever you propose to trade. I've never loved spending time at school. Alright, Filch confiscates all kinds of valuable things. I'm sure I will find something in his office. I don't know if this is a good thing. I saw Marula headed to Filch's office. Get there quick. Oh, well, how convenient that we're going to the same place. You did it, Needlefingers. Now let's see what's inside. Marula, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised to find you two here. After all, there's so many locks for Needlefingers to pick, and you just can't help yourself. Now step away from the boat truckle. Oh, he follows her. Perhaps you should ask Needlefingers what it wants. I mean, just look how happy it is to be doing crimes with me. This is not as timid, certainly not hiding in its box anymore. I'm sure Needlefingers would pick locks with you all day long, but where will it go once you are through? Needlefingers needs a home. Fine, I suppose you have a point. It's just Needlefingers and I have been getting on quite well. We understand each other. He's like, yeah, actually. I'm glad you and Needlefingers are friends, but we got more pressing issues. Mundungus Fletcher is Needlefingers' original owner. If I don't find something to trade him for Needlefingers, he's going to take it back to Hogsmeade. What? No, we can't give Needlefingers away. Needlefingers should stay at Hogwarts. You have to do something. I mean, forget I said that. Forget I said anything. I don't care. I'd like to forget, Marilla. But for once, you and I are in total agreement. We can't give Needlefingers back to Mundungus. Luckily, Mundungus said he is willing to make a trade if we find something of equal or greater value. But Needlefingers is priceless. I'm sure we can find something he will think is valuable in here. Perhaps there's even something in this trunk we just opened. It's quite elegant. Alright, let's have a look. Not so fast. Before I share the spoils with you, I need to know something. Are you going to tell anyone I got all mushy about Needlefingers? Sure. Of course I won't, Marula. I have no interest in embarrassing you. I only want to help Needlefingers. I suppose that's halfway decent of you, Ironclaw. I have to say I'm surprised. I will help you help Needlefingers. Just make sure you keep your promise. Now, if there's anything worth trading in this box, you can have it to give to Mundungus. Then let's search it for something valuable. After that, Needlefingers will have a home here at Hogwarts. God, there's nothing valuable in here. This chest is full of old screaming JoJos. You're right, we will have to search somewhere else to find something worth trading. Let's hope we have time. What are you doing, little one? It's chirping. What is it, Needlefingers? Oh, no, Mrs. Norris. Oh no, it's Mrs. Norris. That means Filch isn't far off. We have to get out of here now. But we have to find something to trade for new Needlefingers. We can't just bring it back to Mandungus with nothing to take its place. Alright, grab this screaming Jojo with flames on the side and let's get back to Hagrid's hut. If it isn't enough for Mandungus, we will have to think of some other way of saving Needlefingers. Jojo. I saw that it had the letters M and F though. And Mandungus Fletcher. That's his initials. So maybe it is valuable for him. Like sentimental value. We will see. It's time to talk to Mandungus to see what he says. Hagrid, I was looking in Filch's office for something to trade and I found Needlefingers. I also found something that might work for the trade. Great job, Timmy Lee. You always know where to look. Yes, good job, little one. Now give me back my bow truckle. But what about our trade? You said if I found something of equal value, Needlefingers could stay with us. That was before you found a little lockpick. You lied to us, Mandungus. I don't much appreciate that. No, I didn't. I said I'd trade my bow truckle for something of equal value. But that little lockpick is priceless, so no trade. I told you. If you don't give me the bow truckle right now, I will have to report you all to the ministry. Now wait just a minute, Mandungus. You wait just a minute yourself, Hagrid. You know as well as I do, there's no way that lockpick could get on with a proper colony of bow truckles. We haven't seen all the progress it's made. From what we have seen, I think Needlefingers could be quite happy on the reserve. Oh yeah? Prove it. It shared food with Professor Kettleban's bow truckle. Obviously it's getting used to being around others. Professor Kettleban himself said Needlefingers could be ready to join the colony after a few more sessions. It shared its food, did it? Well, that is a first. But while I'm glad to hear me bow truckle had a nice time, I'm afraid there still won't be a trade. Give me one good reason why not. Because there's no way you found anything more valuable to me than an old Needlefingers. You say that, but you haven't considered what we brought. At least take a look. There's no point, Ironclaw. This is a wordless screaming Jojo with some dumb flames on it. Wait a minute. Are you saying you took a screaming Jojo from Filch's office? Yeah? And it had little flames on it? Why? Does that mean something to you? To me? Oh, of course not. Mandungus? What's wrong? Nothing. Just give me the bow truckle and I'll be on my way. But I will take the yo-yo too, since it's worthless and all. I think this yo-yo has more value than you're letting on. I'm not hiding nothing, I'm just not going to talk about it. Tell us the truth, Mandungus. What's the story behind this yo-yo? Alright, fine, I will admit it. That is no standard screaming yo-yo. It was part of a special promotion that took place when I was a first year. They only made a few. I remember them now. They had those little flames and particular musical scream. It was my favorite toy when I arrived at Hogwarts. The Filch hated screaming yo-yos, you see, and confiscated mine, thinking it was just like any other. But my screaming yo-yo was special. And I missed it all these years. We had a good thing going, me and that yo-yo. So you're willing to make the trade. Needlefingers for your childhood yo-yo. Well, the yo-yo is not worth a quarter of what I could get for that lockpick. It goes against all my instinct as a businessman to make this trade, but I want my screaming yo-yo back. So we have a deal? We have a deal. Oh. Yes! Or cool, or whatever. Just don't tell anyone about our little arrangement. People find out you got a soft side and your bargaining power goes straight out the window. Ironclaw's a lot of things, but I guess she's alright when it comes to embarrassing secrets. You can trust her if you let us keep Needlefingers. Fine, just give me the yo-yo already. We missed out on so many years of practice together. Okay, Mandungus. That is so out of character in my opinion. Looks like Needlefingers finally has a home, thanks to you, Timberly. Thanks, Hagrid. With a little more training, we should be able to introduce it to the Bowtruckle colony soon. After that, anyone who wants to stop by and say hello will know exactly where to find it. Hint hint to Marula. I'm sure we can all agree we're happy Needlefingers gets to say. And from the looks of it, so is Needlefingers. Oh, actually really happy.
Helping others is its own reward.
Well, there we go. We got 200 friends points with Hagrid. How awesome. Yeah, level 3 with the guy now. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So yeah, that is all for Needlefingers and Company, the Bowtruckle Pets quest. I hope you guys really enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to see more content from me, I suggest to subscribe. And I hope to see each other for my next video. Bye guys.